Happy Wednesday. Thank you for joining me here tonight. My name is Alyssa Thomas from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for the beginning crafter. And I am here every weeknight at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. That's 9:30 Eastern and 6:30 Pacific. And it's a time that we can relax and craft. And I work on a project, and I typically work on projects from beginning to end, so you can be part of the whole process along the way. And just come and hang out and chit chat with me. So, you guys, we are continuing on the Splendid Sampler 2. This is the Stitch and Paws block. It's a little flower bouquet with some paws in it, because why not? We are needle turn appliquing this, which means we are slowly tucking under the little seam allowance edges and hand stitching every single tiny piece on. So all we have left, we have a little paw print, one little more toe nubbin there, and then we have one more paw to do, and then all the rest of this, all the blue lines, those are all embroidered. So I am hoping that this week we can get the applique done, the needle turn applique. That's the part that kind of takes the time. So I got my last little piece of applique shapes traced, and we'll get going on that. So I see you guys popping in. Hello everyone, thanks for joining me again here. If you guys didn't see, the first block of the Aurifil block of the month was just released today. So that is the project that we'll be working on 2 weeks from now. Next week we'll be stitching up the embroidery of the month. So we'll be stitching up this mandala onto a tea towel or on a fabric, whatever you want to do. And that will be next week. So all week next week we'll be doing that. But then the week after that we will be working on the Aurifil block of the month. And again, the first one was released. It is so pretty. It's by Blair Stocker of Wisecraft Quilts. So you can look below here, and there'll be a link if you want to check it out. So that's the block that we will be making 2 weeks from now. So I'm excited. It's going to be fun. It's such pretty grays. Each block for the month is going to have another kind of palette of threads that the block is based on, plus a place that in Italy that the block is based on. So awesome, you guys. That's that. I'm going to flip you around because I want to get as much of this this guy stitched here. Alrighty, let's get down here. We got all prepped last night, so I should just be able to start stitching tonight. I know my month, Sylvia, and I know the colors. So Sylvia's asking, I just stabbed myself. Sylvia's asking if I know mine. So I'm going to be one of the block of the month people. So mine is going to be July. I can tell you that. And I know the colors that I will be working with, and I know the place that I'm basing it on, but I have not made it yet. So I have to make mine yet before July. So I'm excited to get going on that soon too. But yep, I'm the July designer for the Aurifil block of the month. That's why we're working on that too. I think it's going to be kind of fun. And they're all larger blocks, at least larger than what what we've been doing here lately. So this is like a 6-inch block ultimately. The Aurifil one is going to be 12-inch blocks, so 4 times this big. So, well, no, yeah, 4 of these basically. So much bigger. I think it's going to be really pretty. Yep, the first one was released today. And it's just like really pretty gray. So they're having a giveaway too, I think, with each new block. So you can win the collection of threads. So this is all to share Aurifil's new collection of little threads. So Aurifil, just so you know, that's the manufacturer that makes these threads, the ones like with the orange. This is what you'll typically see people use with the orange for sewing thread. That's the 50 weight color. They also make, like the 12 weight. The 12 weight is the red spool. But that's all from Aurifil. And they have put together like really cute little collections of them. So they're putting together the Colors of Italy collections, and they're little sets of 3. So 3 spools that are all just like a curated collection of 3, and they all coincide with the block colors. I'm going to remove my my pin from back here, and I'm going to trim a little bit of this excess like we did yesterday. We'll just do one little triangle out of here. Oh, you've never worked with Aurifil. So I think when I started the Splendid Sampler, that might have been the first time I worked with Aurifil. I was one of the designers for the first Splendid Sampler, so if I remember, maybe we got some of that thread to work with. I don't quite remember, but I think that might have been when I started using it. And, I just kind of use what I have on hand typically, but it is nice. Like this 50 weight is nice and thin, and, in theory, it doesn't clog up your sewing machine with fluff like some other threads can. And I actually noticed that a little. So that's, sometimes you just hear people say these things and you just trust them, but so you never really know. But with that I could tell that it was putting less fluff in my sewing machine. So far so good. And it's 50 weight. That's the first time I've used weight or thread that thin. Usually I'm just using like whatever I have, and I think that's probably closer to maybe 30 weight, which is a little thicker. So I go through it a lot faster. So one thing I like about this 50 weight is that my bobbins last so much longer because it's thinner. So there's more actual yardage on the bobbin. But anyway, I know people like live and die by the Aurifil thread. So I don't know. They like it. I like it so far. I mean, I'm not super obsessed with the different brands of threads. I haven't done like that sort of test ever. But who knows? I might sometime. So right now I'm just kind of working through what I have. I have a lot of neutral colors from them, and when I run out, we'll see what happens next. But yeah, I like it so far for sure. All right, I lost that little knot on my needle. There, get in there. I'm going to tie that knot again, though. I do like that. No, the 50 weight, you can buy other thread that's 50 weight. People do like it because of the no lint. And it's just like a really nice 100% cotton thread. So it's not polyester based or anything like that. It's just a good 100% cotton thread that's nice and strong. So I guess that's what so the main thing is the no fluff, I suppose. I suppose you can find other 50 weight Aurifil thread, other 50 weight cotton thread. They also have a huge selection of colors. So that's a benefit to Aurifil as well. I think you can find them in like smaller boutique shops. But it won't be at like a Joann's or anything like that. All right, we're almost done with this guy. I got that last curve to do yet. Let's get a couple more stitches in yet here though. Oh, nice, Sue. Oh, so Jenna says it is smooth and glides through the work for like hand piecing and that sort of thing. So that's good. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing bad to say about it. So there's that. Oh, it's hard to find by you. Oh, Orifil is on Amazon. Yeah, you can probably find a bunch of colors and stuff on Amazon. Make sure it's actually the Orifil brand. So if you find some like super cheap, I would question if it's Orifil. If you're looking on Amazon, they work with designers a lot too. So you'll see a lot of like designer collections that go with certain fabric collections that they have and stuff like that. They're a popular brand in the quilt industry before, for sure. All right, I just read the word before. They're a popular brand in the quilt industry. That's for sure. That's what I was going to say. Look, I'm just trying to stuff the last little bit into this corner. It's going to be tough. Get in there. You like the spool? Oh, the spool design too. Yeah, so it has that. Oh, I'm sure it's called something, but like where it pulls from the top like this. You can just pull it right off. Versus like this, where it has to unwind. It can't. It's got like a stopper on the top here. It doesn't have that. Oh, they sell DMC. Oh, DMC 50 weight cotton. Oh, that's interesting. So DMC probably has 50 weight cotton too. I haven't checked that out, but that would make sense. All right. This is not staying under well, so I'm just going to tack it down the best I can here. Cross-wound thread, is that what it's called? Cross-wound thread. All right. Oh, this fluff I'm trying to stuff in here, so it's kind of popping out the side here. I'm going to try and force it underneath here. I might have a few little frayed bits on this poor little toe. Let's see if I can get it stuck under there. Alright, this is my last stitch. Oh, you use DMC 50 for heirloom sewing. It's wonderful. Oh, that's cool. It'd be fun to try the DMC sometimes too. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of great brands out there for sure, and it's just a matter of playing around and seeing what you like. Oh, what am I doing here? I've got to get to the back before I tie a little knot. So there we go. I got that last little toe nubbin on. That doesn't look half bad. All right, just gonna tie it into a knot back here. And then we will start up the last little paw. And I got my little warm up done, so that is good. Oh, just so you guys know, I don't know if you can still see me, but my phone is saying low network connection. So hopefully we're okay still. I'll keep going until this conks me off. Okay, so now it's saying connection available. All right, just want to see. I don't know if it's working. Oh, okay, so you guys are saying I'm frozen. So we're back now. So it looks like I was low connection there for a sec. But it seems to be working again now. I'm not getting the warning anymore, so hopefully we're good to go here still. All right, I'm seeing you guys here again, back. Okay, good. Thanks, Sylvia. So it looks like we're back here. It just said low connection for a moment. All right, so I just finished the I was just tying the knot for that last little toe pad. And now we can start the last one. They're pretty dang cute, those two little paws there. I can't wait to stitch it. I have no idea what thread I'll use yet for that. Where to find the Orfil designer? Yes, so Gretchen, in this post, so I don't know, some of you might not be able to see like what I wrote underneath this post here, but if you're on Facebook, you should be able to see, I don't know, like under this video, the post that I wrote for the video, and in there it will, there's a link if you scroll down a little bit. It's right after the embroidery of the month. Then I wrote that the new Orfil block is out. And I'm sure it's, if you go to Orfil, I'm guessing Orfil.com, I don't know off the top of my head, but they have a blog area. I think it's the first blog there. Oh, Sally, it's still frozen by you. It seems to be okay now on my end. All right, I'm gonna just get myself a little bit of thread here. I'm gonna do the big toe pad again. I thought for a sec, oh, I'll just keep going with the toes, but then I'm like, yeah, why switch it up now? I'm gonna just keep going how I'm going. All right, I'm gonna just run this through this beeswax again. So I am using silk thread. So I'm not using the Orfil right now. Actually, I'm using this silk thread because you guys have said that it's good for, someone here mentioned that it was good for needle turn applique, which is what we're doing now. So I happened to see some when I was making the purchase for my thimble here, my thimble lady thimble, and thought we'd give it a try here. Oh, Pat Sloan's blog. Oh yeah, and Wisecraft Quilts. Yeah, Wisecraft Quilts, Blair Stocker. We've done one of her projects here before. Her block is the first block, so it's her block. So yeah, you can look at Pat Sloan. She's kind of the host of all of this, of the Orfil block, block of the month. And yeah, Blair is the first designer for it. So you can go to either of their blogs too, but I do have a direct link to the Orfil post about it. It's an interview with Blair, and then you can see the design and download it. It's pretty. All right. Oh, before I get too far, I gotta cut out the piece here. So all right. So here are my applique pieces. I've numbered it. So number 3 means the third paw. I've numbered this paw 3. Oh, I did get my thimble. I haven't really been using it for the needle turn, just because it's enough for me right now to needle turn. I really don't have the need for the thimble. I don't really have to push the needle through the fabric all that much. So I haven't been doing it too much with the needle turn. I have it out just in case, but I have been doing hand quilting with it. I've been doing a little bit of that, and for that it works fabulous. But yeah, I'm really liking the thimble so far. All right, let's cut this out at like 3/16 of an inch. I'm a little shy of that yet. I'm kind of in between 1/8 of an inch and 3/16, I think. 1/8 of an inch just seems like a little too less. I want to get close to these lines, but not so close that it'll fray and be hard to tuck under. Yeah, I didn't email about the Orfil thing. I will definitely email about it when we start to work on it. So we're gonna work on we're gonna do every block here, but I won't be starting it till the 4th week, just because that's how it kind of worked out in our schedule here. But they get released on the 15th of every month. All right, so there we are. I've numbered it with 3, and if I rotate it on accident, I've written the 3 to be like right side up. So if the 3 is up, then that's kind of how it's placed. So there. I'm gonna place it, I think we're gonna start at the top here. That looks like a nice straight edge to do it. I'm just trying to match up my applique lines with the lines on the back. Rotate a little, I think. All right, it's gonna do what it wants to do anyway. All right, I'm going to just, I'm trying that poking the needle from the back. So far, so good on that. I have not stabbed myself, so that's kind of nice. All right, so like I said, I'm going to start up here just because it's a nice straight edge, and those straight edges are the easiest place to start, I think. So let's just flop that over. All right, let's tack down what we can see here. Go in that first spot again. All right, those first few stitches in there. Oh, the block is, oh, this block or the Aurifil block. The Aurifil one, I think it's foundation paper pieces. I haven't downloaded it yet, but it's like little, beautiful little strips that you could do without foundation paper piecing. Foundation paper piecing is when you have a piece of paper that has the design and you use that as a guide. And we'll go through that process for sure. Let's trim the top here. You could do it without paper piecing in theory, but the paper piecing is just, you're going to get more accuracy out of it, and it's fun to paper piece. So we're going to do it that way. This block is definitely a lot of, oh, the one that I'm working on. Yeah, this block is a lot of work for sure. It is, and it's, we were talking about this a little last night, just that exercise and patience. And I was saying it like it's less an exercise in patience for me and more a trust in consistency. Like I know that I'm going to be working on it every night, and it's that trust of knowing because of that it'll eventually get done. But if it wasn't for that, then the test of patience would be tough. I'm trusting the consistency. That's what I'm using here. All right, so I'm going to keep tucking this point under here, but I'm approaching an inner curve. So that's right here, the inner curve. We got some outer curves and then some inner curves. So now inner curves are different. So outer curves, we got to stuff all of that fabric in there, and that's why we cut away some of the fabric. But with inner curves, you actually need to stretch this fabric out because once you flip it under, it's going to be like stuck right here. It's not going to want to flip under. There's not enough fabric here, really. So to relieve that stress, I'm going to cut right in there. Oh, and we talked about, okay, so we've talked about like a chicken foot. So I'm going to cut almost to the line. I'm maybe like 1 or 2 threads away, and then I'm going to cut on either side like that. And now, when those get tucked under, they're going to spread apart like this and allow our piece to lay flat yet, because this edge was allowed to now split because it needs to get tucked under there. So we're spreading the fabric out here versus chunking it all in the little bit, if that makes sense. So let's finish this first. Still a little tough to flip these guys. Get in there. We're working with such small little pieces. I'm trying to shape it a little bit more by pulling it out a little bit. There we go. Let's tack that down. All right. Let's rotate. Let's. I mean, we're still stuffing it into this point, but we're approaching that curve, that inner curve. I'm going to just scrunch all of it underneath. Again. There we go. Turn that needle. I do kind of feel like I need those doctor magnifying glasses. That'd be kind of nice. All right. Oh, I can remove my pin now too. So one thing that you can do to get like a nice curve here, people use this for inner points. I mean, we just have kind of a nice curve, but you can actually flip it under and flip that next piece a little bit more than it needs to. That'll help you just, and then just follow your line. That'll just help it get it back and out of the way, and then you can fluff it out again once you got a few of these initial stitches down. All right, now I'm about in the middle there, so let's release our edge here a little bit. There we go, just getting that curve nice. Oh, that curve is gonna look great. Whew, good, that worked. All right, let's tack that down. And then we're already approaching the next little bloop, so we're gonna have to trim that down again, reduce the amount of fabric there. There, that's laying nice and flat though, that looks good. All right. Let's get rid of some of this fabric so we're not stuffing as much into that little point. We'll do a little bit more here. So our connection's a little low again here. Hopefully we're okay. I am, if you guys can't see me, oh, okay, so connection available again. All right, it looks like we're popping back in here again, guys. So we froze again there. I just want to let you know that it is okay on my video, so the replay will be okay. But yeah, it did say low connection there again. Oh, another tech thing to have to figure out. Grr. Luckily, I'm basically working in slow motion, so you're not missing anything. Slow stitching, we're slow stitching. Probably can't tell if I'm frozen or not because it's so, just like, because we're working so slowly. All right, we're gonna round that edge again, so I'm gonna just prep this next bit. Again, I'm gonna do that chicken foot. So the first one going right a couple threads away from that innermost point. Then we'll chicken leg will go on either side. That'll help it spread apart again. And let's tuck in what we can on this paw. Or this corner. Outer curve. I'm just going to go around this point again just to tack this down. little outer curves are always so putsy and difficult. Again, I am using that batik fabric, which also is not the easiest to needle turn with, so that's the extra complexity to this, making it a little difficult. All right, one more, and I think we're around. All right, so here I'm going to do that whole flip bit again to get to that inner curve. I know it's being a little goofy tonight, Jennifer. But like I said, we're basically stitching in slow motion, so you're not missing much. So far, I like it. I mean, so I like experiments, and I have changed 2 variables of an experiment at once, so I don't know what it is I like. So, I'm used to stitching with the 50 weight cotton thread, right? And now I'm stitching with 100 weight silk thread. This is 50 weight cotton, and this is 100 weight silk. So the 100 weight is much thinner, so I do like that a lot. It's just easier to pull the thread through, and I don't know, I feel like I'm being super delicate. It's not leaving as big of holes. So the thinner thread, that's great. I mean, again, I'm changing 2 variables at once, silk and the weight of the thickness of the thread. So, in an experiment, can I really know which one is doing the thing and which one's not? So, poor experiment, but I do think the thinness of the thread I really like. The silk side of it, I feel like I don't know enough about that yet. I mean, it seems strong. I mean, oh yeah, shredding. I don't think it's shredding at all. Like, it's not. I mean, the thread seems good still after a long time stitching through stuff. I mean, I haven't totally yanked on it really hard to see if it's going to break or not. The one thing, the one suggestion from when we started the silk thread, I do think running it through the beeswax is a must. Really, it is so light and airy, like it's almost not even there. You can hardly feel it. It's just like a little floaty cloud, little string, little cotton candy strand or something. I don't know. So waxing it, running it through that beeswax made it a little stiffer. Like I can feel it now, So I think that was a good idea. I'm going to produce some of this bulk. So thinness, for sure, I like the thinness of the thread. And I have no qualms about the silk yet. I guess I don't know so much. Oh, Sue says silk isn't as linty as cotton thread. Oh, that's interesting. I can see that. Isn't silk stronger than cotton? I have no idea. I mean, that would make sense, I would think. So yeah, maybe silk is stronger and just less linty. I like those conjectures. You have a 100 weight polyester that feels just like silk. Oh, and you think it's wonderful. Yeah, I mean, one of these days we're going to have to just lay out, we're going to have a project kind of like this with a bunch of different elements, and we're going to have to stitch with like 4 different things, 4 different threads, and to have that be the only variable, you know? Like have the same needle and just have the 4 different threads and do like a real test. I feel like I can't be concrete without that real experiment. So that, and I'd be totally up for doing that sometime. Get under there. There we go. While I have it held by my thumb, I'm just gonna tack it down. I don't want it to flip up again. Alright, let's see if I can tuck all that in. So here's another inner point, but it wasn't so big like this one down here, so I didn't cut any excess out of there. I think will be fine. Or not excess, I didn't clip into the seam allowance like we did at the other inner points. Get in there. Oh, you like the idea of a thread comparison? Yeah, that would be just a fun project to do. Anyway, like a specific video just about that. All right, here's the last little bit. I'm just still trying to stuff all this underneath here. That's the last little seam allowance I'm trying to grab. Last little curve. All right, let's get this tacked down first. All right, I think that was good enough. Let's just get it. All right, I think this is gonna, oh, I can get one more. Oh no, I think this will be my last stitch. So I'm gonna just go around this spot again. And to the back. All right, oh, that looks nice. Last little paw pad done. Just grabbing a little bit of fabric back here behind the applique to tie a knot. Ah, thread fell off the needle right at the end. I think we'll be fine. I'm just going to trim it. All right, we're almost there. I think I might actually stop for the evening here. We have our little paw pads left. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The little toe pads. So I think we'll start working on these tomorrow, just because it does look like we're kind of in and out a little bit tonight. So we'll do this. I think we'll probably get maybe 3 of them done tomorrow, and then Friday we'll do the one, and then maybe pick our colors for the embroidery. And I'll just leave the colors with this piece, and we'll pick it up. We'll pick it up next time. The next month in February, we'll get all this embroidery done. So I think that is the plan. So I'm going to flip you guys around, and we will call it a night, I think. Hello again. Yeah, we're just a little in and out tonight. So I will leave it at that. But here we go. Let me show you. Look how small it is. I always like seeing it next to a person because then you really realize how itty bitty 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 bitty. It's so little. It's cute though. I like this little frame. This is gonna be just such a sweet block. So I'm excited. We're gonna keep going at it here. So awesome. And yes, you guys, I did send out an email today to talk a little bit more about the koala stitch along and the quilt that we're gonna make. So be sure to check your emails. It went out kind of this afternoon, not in the morning like I usually do it. But yes, so it has more details of the quilt. So if you have questions on like what size should I make my embroidery, or what colors, or where should I send it, or when do you want it by, all those things I've put in that email. So be sure to scroll and read some of that. And it's still open for sale as well, so you can still donate each purchase of the koala pattern that gets donated. All the proceeds from the digital one, and most of the proceeds from the bundle and the paper one get donated as well. And I've shipped a whole pile of them yesterday and today. So yours is probably, unless you ordered like right before I came on tonight, then it's in the mail. So your koalas are coming. And I did get notice that the embroidery of the month, some of the supplies I need for that are going to be coming in tomorrow. So I'm going to be trying to get those out on Friday as well. So you guys have the people who pre-ordered, did the pre-order for the bundle for the Mandala Love one. Those I'm hoping to get all of them out on Friday, assuming mail works, and I have them by Friday. So you should hopefully have them at least for a little bit of next week when we stitch it up. So awesome, you guys. Thank you again. I will get this up on YouTube where there won't be any glitches because the recording did work fine. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. Good night.